Well, all right, everybody. I wasn't exactly gonna do this, but as soon as I wrapped the last show that I did, I saw more pictures online. And I was like, man, I gotta bring these out and talk about these. They were just really good images, and I really wanted to bring them in. I didn't see them earlier on when I did the other video earlier last night. So let me go directly to them before I get there, though. Remember, everybody, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notifications so you know when I'm on. Thumbs up. Leave comments in the chat room here if it fills up. Down below, wherever. I always want to hear from everybody in the audience. If you have any comments, questions, please leave them here. I'll try to get to everybody's comments and questions and answer them as I can. I'm not going to be on for too long right now, but I am going to share these images because they're really really good, and I really want to get them on here. So this is a part two to my video on the leaked images on the Superman movie coming out, directed by James Gunn. Alright, so let's get right to the footage. Remember, these are leaked images, so there we go. This is one of the first ones that I saw. Again, this is. There we go. Alright, this is Superman being, escorted probably to jail or whatever. I do like the big fan because I'm sure it was hot as hell. This is being done, I believe, in Ohio. So again, crowd image. You see the army. It's in the street. You see the army men, which is ridiculous. This is Superman. These guys should know better, but whatever. Let's see. That's in front of, I guess that'll be the courthouse in Metropolis. And there's a whole crowd there. Can't see too much from that angle, but remember, these are fan taken. So, let's see. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, you see that dude right here? That guy in the black who's, taking Superman. And he has the black mask on. If you guys saw the last video, I said, to me, I think that's the Midnighter. A lot of people are saying it's Ultraman, or a version of Ultraman, which it could be. But I think that'd be kind of lazy. And I know the Authority is in this, and I really would like it for it to be the Midnighter, to be honest. And not get into the image that we just kind of saw. This is what the Midnighter looks like in the cartoon or in comic. So, again, right? I mean, to me, I think it looks like the Midnighter. They just closed off the mouth area, and he's not wearing like the outside, garb. It's one piece, I guess. Maybe this is just a shot after a fight with Superman, and he took off his jacket or whatever, and now he doesn't have it on. But who knows? Maybe he has it over his coat. But either way, I think it really looks like the Midnighter, to be honest. Again, it could be Ultraman, but I'm really hoping it's the Midnighter. So now, again, those are comic book images. These are not leaked or anything like that. But for those who are not aware of who some of these members are, again, the Authority is part of the comic book, so you're gonna have some of these characters in there, like Mr. Terrific, who's in there. We're gonna get to him in a second. This is a street shot of Metropolis. I guess this is them preparing for the big shebang. Another dual couple of images here. You see the car there smashed in. Not much to see really, but you get to see kind of like the aesthetics of what the city's going to look like. Remember, these are just still images, so you can't really make too much of it. It looks cool. It looks like Metropolis, but once you see it in live action, you get more of a feel of what the city is going to look like. Again, because it'll be live action film, so that you get a better feel of what everything looks like. Also, this is just on daylight. There's no color correction yet on this. So, when filmmakers, are doing their movie, often the paparazzi or fans, images, they leak, don't have the color correction. So you don't know what the final product is until it gets into that final stage. There are the city there. Again, remember, this is Ohio, and it's substituting for Metropolis. So, and now this is kind of interesting. Remember in the last video I mentioned how David Cornsweet reminds me of Henry Cavill, and especially in the images where he's being, taken to the prison in handcuffs. And somebody had put this mock-up together, and I think this is a perfect description of what I was talking about, where you see, that exact same image. So I'm thinking, why are we seeing the same thing over again? But again, when I say that, there is comic book reasoning, I guess, and depending on the story. But we saw it already. We've seen it before. It's nothing new. I was kind of hoping they would go for something completely different, but if they're gonna reboot it, I say don't try to imitate something we've seen already. But and again, this is the side by side of the suit of the first reveal of David Cornsweet in the suit, with Henry Cavill in the forefront, David Cornsweet in the back. Notice they both have kind of like the same kind of color scheme. And there's also rumors that the reason why the suit is kind of baggy on David Cornsweet is because the object in the background is draining his powers because it's blocking the sun. So that's a rumor that's floating around, which makes sense. If he's losing his powers, he might be getting thinner. That's also part of the comic that deals with the weakening of Superman. You remember, he's weakened by only certain things. So if the sun is being blocked, he's going to be weaker. And in the comic, there's a couple issues where something like that happens to him, and he does even shrink a little bit in size. So we could be seeing that. And also, it looks really dirty, like what I said before. So it could be like also battle tested, but the colors are weird because they don't pop like in the other shots. They look dark and muted, kind of like what Henry Cavill has here. Maybe it's because he's in pitch darkness or something. I don't know. And the only light coming in is from the background there. I mean, maybe that's the reason. I'm not sure, but it just, for a first image, it's still bad, really bad. Okay, this is Mr. Terrific, and in the last video, I accidentally called him Mr. Fantastic, but no, it's Mr. Terrific, and I'm glad he's also in the movie because this is a really cool character. And that's him there next to Superman in a really cool angle. And I don't like the suit again. I mentioned it's too wrinkly and stuff. But if that's the case, that he's weakened, that will kind of explain why it's a little bit baggy on him. Mr. Terrific there is looking cool. He looks the part. I mean, he looks authentic. So, I mean, that is good casting. And Mr. Terrific, I think, I have no issues with. So, another shot of Mr. Terrific. There you go. That's the actor. Hey, he looks like him even in the face, mouth. I mean, he looks the part. Can't deny it. That's good casting. This is a shot of the of Nicholas Hoult. His legs all bald, and David Cornsweet there. This is kind of a behind the scene shot. The gentleman there in between them is the new iconic Perry White. And remember the last movie, Lawrence Fishburne played him. I forget the name of the gentleman here who's playing him. Um, See if I can dig up his name here real quick. Perry White, new Superman movie. Wendell Pierce is the actor's name. Wendell Pierce is going to play Perry White, or is playing Perry White in the movie. Really cool. I like the globe there on the planet, Daily Planet. Uh, that's another shot that I just saw, and I was like, "Oh, it looks cool." You know, a lot of the images remind me of Superman Returns on the sets themselves. They have kind of like that look and feel, which is cool because it always I thought that kind of look worked for Superman. We saw that a little bit also on the Superman crossover on TV on the Arrowverse. So I mean that's kind of a cool look, I guess, for the landscape of what the city of Metropolis looks like. So, and the globe looks cool. I mean, it's a shot of this of the entrance of the Daily Planet. So it's not like it's something that it's only one way of seeing it. There's many different versions of what the Daily Planet looks like over the years. So, but the colors and all that stuff works for it. So yeah, this is another shot. This is pretty funny. You can look at Lois's face there, and look how she's looking directly at David's package, which I'm talking about the bulge in the shorts or the trunks, which is funny in itself because that's been also kind of made a big joke about that she's looking right at the package of Superman there. And then the other side there, you have him being taken again in handcuffs to the courtroom by military people. Another shot of Lois and Mr. David Cornsweet as Superman. And they're staring at each other. And, the image works. You see, Rachel Brosnahan, I believe is how you pronounce her name, Brosnahan. She's playing Lois here, and I mean it works. It's fine. I have no issues with her casting. I really do like the Lois from the Superman and Lois TV show. I think her Lois Lane it's really good. So I was kind of hoping they would cast her, but that's never gonna happen. That's just the way it is. But I was kind of hoping that they might go that route. I thought it would be cool if they cast her because that first interaction where she's with Brendan Routh and he's dressed in the Superman suit really looked cool. And she could kind of had been like that Lois that kind of like is on these different universes of Superman. But that's not the way they're going. So they did cast a different actress, which I mean she looks cool. She looks the part Rachel Brosnahan. She looks like kind of like throwback Lois Lane. I wasn't fond of Amy Adams, Lois Lane. I really wasn't. Um, it just it wasn't great casting, I thought, and also her acting. Well, she's a good actress, but I don't think that she really fit the role. Now she was a lot better than Kate Bosworth in Superman Returns, so I will say that. But that movie just failed in so many different levels. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of Kate Bosworth. But we'll see what happens with Lois Lane in this movie. Again, I am a fan of the TV Lois Lane, so I think they missed the boat on her and Michael Rosenbaum. There goes the two images there. Now this is cool. This I had seen before and I forgot to throw it in there. These are side by side images of the daily planet. I kind of briefed on in the last clip, or the last video I posted, where you see the two newspaper boxes with different images, and I have a larger version of these. So check this out. That's the one with the runaway train that I talked about in the last video. See how he's saving the train? Now this brings me back to Superman Returns also when he saves the airplane and he's kind of in the same pose, which is, I guess it's okay. I mean, that's Superman, he's always saving something. I just hope, there is a lot more fighting. Like, I hope this movie, in many ways, I do hope that they blend in the fighting with the story element better. Because one of the things that really was terrible about Superman Returns was there was very little to no action in the movie. And then in Man of Steel, some people said there was a little too much action in the movie. And of course, the story was not very well told, at least in my opinion. So I kind of hope they blend that a little bit better here with this movie. I like the look here with the train. I think or what over here. There you go. I think it works. Um, it looks cool. Then the other image is a blurry image. Is the yellow mailbox. You can see it right there, right? The eagle. So you have Daily Planet in green, and you have the eagle in yellow, and that's that image there. I mean, from that angle, that blurry, you can't really tell much on colors and stuff, but it looks like Superman. It looks like a Henry Cavill kind of Superman look with the suit modified. That's kind of what it looks like. Let me see. That's a shot of him with his handcuffs there in the military. And this is cool here. This is a window of one of the shops in Metropolis, and they're called the Meteors. I wonder why. That's their Metropolis baseball team fan club, I guess. The Meteors. That's pretty funny. I wonder if that's like a just a fan club shop, or if it's based on like maybe their baseball team, or some fictional sports team in the movie. I'm not too sure. I know some of the plot leaked on the internet supposedly. I'm not gonna get into that. I don't like spoiling plots and stuff early on. I want to get the trailer out before I get into any of that stuff. So don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil anything with leaks here for now. More of the shots overhead. Let's see. Yep. Again, with could be either Ultraman or it could be the Midnighter. Okay, that's the crowd shot. Yeah, same. Okay, here we go. That again, the Midnighter. That's stuff from the Midnighter. The Midnighter. The Midnighter. Which again, I do hope it is because I mean he's a cool ass character. But that's it. These are the other images that I failed to talk about. But again, the whole handcuff thing, kind of like it's a little goofy. I think we've seen it already multiple times. But look at Corn Sweat's face there. You see kind of like the dimple thing I was talking about. He has it, but not as you know, it's not as visible as Cavill's. They both have like the I guess the dimple area. Even though Corn Sweat when he smiles, you get see it a little bit more than Cavill's, but I mean he just looks like Henry Cavill, and if you just cast a guy who looks just like the last guy, who still looks the same basically, why didn't you just go with the last guy and not piss off half your fan base, which is essentially what happened with this movie, as half of the fan base is now split because of that. If I was again, running Warner Brothers in DC, I would allow Snyder's universe to continue. Even though again I'm not a fan, but I know there's a fan base, and have them enjoy that universe as well as enjoy the DCU, and eventually slowly phase out the DCEU, but not introducing any more movies once they get their Man of Steel 2 and 3, which I think Henry deserved a proper trilogy at least of the Men of Steel. I'm not really too interested to see more Wonder Woman with Gal Gadot. I mean, we could move on from that. 1984 was a terrible movie, and I don't think Ben Affleck is going to come back to Batman, but you never know. That's all. That's always possible, I guess. Give him enough money, and you never know. So, but there's always room for Jello, and there's always room for the DCEU if Warner Brothers wants to make everybody happy and include the audience into the James Gunn's new reboot universe. Look again, if you're gonna allow certain people or characters to continue forward, even though you're doing a reboot, then it's only fair you continue forward and let other incarnations continue going. Like I'm not a fan of them shutting down Superman and Lois because of this movie. I'm not a fan if they discontinue the Batman with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson, because I love that take. What would be really cool if it's Robert Pattinson joined this universe and was part of the DCEU, even though I know they said that that wasn't the case. But I think that would be kind of cool if they had him with David Cornsweet, and that was the Superman and Batman that we get later on in a film together. But by God, I don't want to see them Seltzer, or not Seltzer, but overdo the amount of characters in these movies, and I really kind of am seeing that. If it's a Superman movie, I want to see a Superman movie. If it's gonna be Superman and Justice League and all these other like superheroes, then call it a supergroup movie or something. But I want to see Superman, and I unfortunately think that we're gonna get more like almost a Justice League esque movie here, where it's gonna be just it's Superman, but with a bunch of other superheroes that we should have waited for maybe for a sequel. It's almost I feel like when Snyder jumped the gun, instead of doing Man of Steel 2, he wanted and did Batman versus Superman, and then Justice League, which didn't really work out well, and of course we know what happened there. So that's my personal take on the whole thing. With that said, this is the end of part 2 of the show here. Let me see if there's anybody in the chat room. I don't think there's many. It's kind of early. So yeah, this is really all I wanted to kind of discuss, because I saw these images and I was like, man, I really wanted to get to this stuff because it looked really cool. It really was kind of a throwback look to some of the I'm talking about the images of the city and stuff. That looked really cool, and it was kind of a throwback to the traditional look of Metropolis and stuff. So I dug that, and I really wanted to get more of the stuff with the Midnighter in there, and also Mr. Terrific in there, which I goofed up in the last video and called him Mr. Fantastic. So please don't think I made that mistake because I don't know my character. I just made a goofy mistake on how I spoke. But yeah, no, the the cast again, I'm not too sold on. I do like the Authority being in there. Hope is the Midnighter. Like Mr. Terrific. Not fully sold on David Corn Sweat, but I do like some of his acting. And, I'm hoping for the best. So, this is the end of part two of my, review of the leaked photos. If I make a part three, it won't be today, it'll be some other time. As more photos come out, I'll maybe do more of these Superman leaked photo videos. So, hey, look out for that. Till then, guys, once again, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Hit the notification button. Let's see. Thumbs up. That's always important. And check out my work over on angelespino.com, as you can see up there. angelespino.com. And hit up my Patreon page right there. Patreon.com/angelespino. And become an angel investor, if you will, as your donations mean the world to me, as I'm in very bad health. So please help out a brother over here and hook me up over there. But until next time, guys, when I go live again, enjoy the images. Hopefully, again, we wish for the best and hope that the movie comes out good. And until, I go live again, this is Inside the Jackal's Head at the movies with the bearded one, Angel, the Jackal Espino. Till next time, everybody. Pieces, Reese's, stay alert, stay alive, and sayonara.